happy friggin' Saturday, everybody. And I don't know what's going on with my music, my sound levels and everything. The music might in fact be a little bit too loud. I had a computer update and everything is screwed. So give me a quick second. I'm going to check and see just how loud my music is coming through. It might be a little too loud. We'll see. 1 second, everybody. A little bit of live stream tech support for myself. Hold on. Yeah, that's loud. Okay, yeah, that's loud. All right. I can fix it. I think I can fix it. We might just do it without the music today. Yeah, we might just do it without the music today. Why not? I'll have that fixed by Wednesday. Computer updates. I got a notification last night at midnight, right before I turned in and said, oh yeah, you know what? System update for the old computer must go through. I'm like, okay. Unfortunately, when you have so much hardware connected to your software, Windows updates things get broken. We'll fix it. Either way, we can do without the music this time around. Instead, we'll just enjoy the good company. And you'll have to put up with my voice. Anyways, guys, from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's Saturday, baby, and I'm excited to be here. Shout out and thank you to everybody else who's here as well. And who knows, maybe the chat will let me know if they appreciate it without any music at all. First in the chat, shout out to Night Rare. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, let's get into the world of knives once more. Let's do it, man. Guys, on the way in, make sure to Spartan kick that like button. Let YouTube know that we're live, baby. And shout out to Bluetooth Blades. He says, I beat Marco. And there he is, Marco. The man, the myth, the legend, who is almost always first in the chat. But not today. It's okay, because you can't win them all. I knew there'd be an opportunity to say that. Top Dog, what's up, man? Channel mod and channel member in the house. Good to see you. He says, you can't win them all, but for crying out loud, it would be nice just to win once in a while. I feel that. I feel that. Do you know that I have never once won a giveaway in my entire life? Not once, not a single time. I've entered into many of them. Sometimes I enter just to, for moral support for whoever's doing it. He says, let's do this live. Man, one of these days I'm just going to shock everyone and show up like 20 minutes early. Just 20 minutes early. And everyone's going to be like, where, why, how? We'll see. Knight says, a wizard is never late, Bluetooth Blades, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. It's one of my favorite quotes right there. He says, ready to see Roll sell his body for our entertainment by eating raisins, of course. Hey, you know what? I have promised to eat raisins for some people. I think it's Ed. I think I owe Ed some raisins when he hits that 12-month. He may have already hit his 12-month. You might see me like dip downstairs to go grab some raisins. I promised. A promise is a promise, and I will keep that. All right. Hey, shout out to the Night's Edge, guys. If you're not watching Neil do his thing over there at the Night's Edge, I don't know. Go follow the Night's Edge. You probably already are. Good stuff over there. Good to see you, Neil. Welcome in. Another channel mod. And let's see. Hey, Wicked Dream Designs in the house. Exciting news for those of you who were smart enough to get in on that pre-order. It's in production. Follow Wicked Dream Designs on Instagram. The updates are coming. The Nefarious, my favorite model name on a knife this year period is in production. Dude, congrats on that, man. And congrats to everybody who was waiting eagerly to get theirs. I'm excited to see how those turn out. Absolutely. All right. Top Dog says, someone told me you review knives. Cool. Question, why don't you review more real knives like Cold Steel? I honestly, there are plenty of Cold Steels that I actually do want to review. One of these days, I'm going to get my hands on a Mayhem. I have reviewed, thanks to you, the Cold Steel Engage, the 3-inch. Fantastic knife, by the way. I'd love to do a follow-up on that. I need to. Cold Steel makes some great pieces. I love the fact that they're made in Taiwan. I think that more companies should do knives in Taiwan. Taiwan has some of the best manufacturing in the world, period. They're kicking everybody's rear, man. Taiwan is highly underrated, and I wish, you know what, if I ever get to the point where I'm actually producing my own knife, I would love for it to be made in Taiwan. I know that it's easier said than done. There's a reason why we don't see a whole lot of companies do that. There's only a few. It could be that companies like Spyderco and Quiet Carry just have the monopoly on Taiwan. You know, maybe Cold Steel is what if Cold Steel was the OEM? What if Cold Steel's Taiwan factory was the OEM for Quiet Carry? Discuss. He says, Grail or garbage? What happened to this series? Were you receiving threats of bodily harm or something? No. You know, that series was one of my first ideas on the channel that really got my brain working. And for those of you who don't know what Grail or garbage is, it was a series where my full review of a knife would include a rating system where I would rate each category. There's 5 categories, things like materials, ergonomics, fidget factor, fit and finish, and the lock. And I would rate each category out of 10, and then they would end up on my leaderboard. And the whole intention for that was to give people a look into my brain as far as like how good is something when I said it was good. And it had a small following. It was not a popular series. My regular content far outstripped it on a regular basis. If you look at my top 10 videos, Grail or garbage is not anywhere on that list, which is unfortunate because I actually really liked that concept. It wasn't an easy series to produce. It had a lot of editing involved. And so I had to kind of look in the mirror and say, you know what? I want to create content that people want to watch. And if this is not a high performing piece of content, I'm putting too much of my limited amount of time on it. And so instead of trying to force the issue, I just kind of let people vote with their views. And unfortunately, it wasn't a series that had a whole lot of support from the general public. I would say that it was really popular with the ride or die viewership that I have. But as a whole, it wasn't content that was getting out there to people in a way like people weren't clicking on the videos. They just weren't clicking on the videos. So Grail or garbage, is it dead? No, I do want to bring it back. I had an idea in mind and then I squashed it. So I want to bring Grail or garbage back. Will it come back? I don't know. It depends on if I can figure out a way to make it in a manner in which people actually want to watch it. So that's kind of the trick there. We might do a test run with another Grail or garbage video, but it's been a while, man. I think it's been about a year. He says, if knife manufacturers refuse to listen to the customers, for example, stop using T6, then why are we still buying their crap? It's 100% because issues like T6 hardware are not deal breakers. It's just annoying. So until something like that, until a detail like that becomes a deal breaker, people will continue to vote with their dollars. And also, I would say that a lot of manufacturers really have adopted that. We see more and more knives, at least over the $100 mark, where things like T8 is becoming more and more standard. I don't remember the last time I saw a new Kubi model, for example, that had T6 hardware. I just don't remember. Like every Kubi I've reviewed this year has had T8. We're seeing more Vosteats with T8 hardware. We're seeing a lot of companies switch to that. I've got a concept knife, on my desk, and it has T8 hardware. Apparently, if you complain long enough, somebody will listen. All right. Hey, shout out to Gator Aaron. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Another channel mod. Welcome into Revolving Blades. Channel member. Good to see you, man. Jim Miller in the house. Sorry, I went off on a monologue, and sometimes that just kills it. Ed B in the house. He says you're going to need a bigger boat. I just want a boat. I feel like that's how you know you've made it, you know? In blue collar America, when you look in the driveway and you've got a boat. And obviously something to carry it, you know, haul it. Like a nice truck. That's how you know you've made it. Hey, shout out to Ian Coates. He says, sup, you nipple nibblers. Oh, Ian. This live stream is officially demonetized. Man, what's up, Laid Off Pete? Good to see you. Good to see you. Gas Station Knives Forever says, more bass, please. Bluetooth Blade says a little out. I'm catching up with the chat. And so now I'm reading all the comments for when I started the live stream. There was an update that hit my computer, my workstation. And the update completely messed up the pathways. I've got a soundboard here that lets me control things like the music volume, the volume to the speakers, like what microphone records off of. And I thought I fixed it all, but apparently I didn't fix the pathway between the music that I usually have playing in the background and my recording setup. It's okay. It's okay. I don't need the music. I enjoy it. I feel like it keeps things at a tempo, which is nice. But I know that some people don't care for it. I'm okay rolling without it tonight. But it will be fixed by next. It'll be fixed by Wednesday. Yeah. John Blackman says, sounds good to me. I'm glad that at least some people weren't completely shut off by how bad the audio levels were when I came in. Yeah. All right. I'm missing a lot of people here, so I'm going to try to catch up on this, guys. Hang on. I'm going to do this machine gun style. Chef Rocky in the house. C Kobe. Let's see. Hold on. Ian Coates says computers are hard. Look, I'm a bit of a nerd. Okay. Like the computer that's recording or that's doing all the studio stuff is a computer that I built. I love building computers. It's one of those hobbies that also gets really expensive. And I thought it would always be my most expensive hobby. And then I got into knives. Yeah, I could have built several computers for just the cost of the knives that are on my desk right now. Funny how that works. All right. Hey, Greg Vanderlip, welcome in. Roman M. I said I was going to go fast. B. Devious, good to see you. He says, congrats to Drinkwater for winning MC's giveaway last night. Yeah. One of our very own connoisseurs and collectors. Congrats to Drinkwater. You know how many of those MC giveaways I've entered? All of them. I've entered all of them. I've never won. But I'm glad that somebody from around here has. Let's see. All right. I'm scrolling as fast as I can. John Tagamori, good to see you. Welcome into David V. A couple more channel members. Good to see you, fellas. Hey, shout out to Bluetooth Blades, channel member for 7 months. He says, Ian doesn't love us anymore. This is how Ian shows his love. We're all different. Ian says, I'm not smart. I put $500 knives on 4 You'll feel better once it arrives. You will. Welcome in to Bird Dog. Good to see you, man. Ed B says, is it just me or does roll sound a bit distorted? I could be. It could be the settings. I'm going to keep reading the comments though, and we'll see. We will see. John says that would explain why quiet carry comes with some sticky, sharp edges. Oh man, I love quiet carry. I carried mine today. Straight out of the pocket, guys. The Quiet Carry 9. In the last live stream we were talking about, someone had presented the question: if you had to, would you carry a single knife for an entire year? Would you do like an expensive one and done per year? Yeah. And you know what? If I was a regular, like if I was just in the background, if I stopped doing this whole channel thing, I could definitely see myself doing that. It would have to be something that's absolutely incredible, like this Quiet Carry 9, or, you know, like the Chris Reeve Umnums on. You know, this is another one that I could carry all year and not feel bad at all. As it stands, I enjoy having multiple options. Like, it's the best feeling in the world when my biggest problem in the morning is, do I carry an Umnums on or a Quiet Carry 9? I mean, that's a good problem to have. All right. Let's see. B Devious says, I really love Grail garbage. I hope you bring it back. We'll see, man. We'll see. I got to figure out a way to make it worth it, because if people don't want to watch it, then I don't want to make content that people don't want to watch. That's the thing. It's like, if people don't click on it, I don't know. There's a lot of ways that I can share my love and passion for this hobby, and I just want to do it in a way that makes sense for people. Ian says, I'm like that new dog guy meme. I'm just a chill guy being chill. I dig it. Hey, shout out to Paul Mills and Jay Korskin.
This is Sparta!
Guys, Spartan kick the like button for me one time, especially if you're someone that's tuning in after the fact. If you're watching this later, hit the like button. Let us know in the comment section. How's it going, Sterling Stutes? Welcome in. I'm almost caught up, guys. Sup, Josh304? Good to see you, man. C. Kobe, welcome in as well. All right, Fred the Lug. Ed B says, I hear Roll really likes that, Ian. What? I tickled the like button. Oh, the chat. Man, I love the chat. You guys are crazy. Oh, man. All right. A shout out to Wicked Dream Design says, just wanted to send some love for always giving me a shout out about the Nefarious. Much love, mahalo, brother. Dude, thank you, man. Thank you, Wicked Dream Designs. And I appreciate the $5 super. That's awesome, dude. I appreciate you. And I'm excited. I saw the Instagram post today on the Nefarious being in production. And you know what? I fist pumped. No one was around to see it. It's one of those silent, solitary fist pumps, you know? I'm always excited to see when designers get their product into production, especially from pre-order. Pre-orders have been hard this year for everyone that's been doing them. It's been hard for the people that join in. It's been hard for the people that design those knives. And I love seeing that support from the community when everyone goes in to make it happen. You know, that's the beating heart of our community right there, coming together to get stuff done. And I feel like we're a get stuff done crowd. So very excited to see that happen, man. Absolutely. Mark Park says, I don't want to carry the same knife 2 days in a row, let alone a year. If you don't have at least one knife that you could look at and say, you know what, maybe I'm not the once per year guy, but if I had to, if you don't have at least one of those knives, then you haven't found the one yet. Gator Aaron says, what about doing a Grail and garbage series with either a comparison or featuring a cheap knife that is low-key food? Man, I try not to. So here's the thing. I don't like wasting my time on knives that I know that I hate. The last knife that I got in that I hated, I gave it away to somebody that needed a knife. I like, it was like, you know what? It's a functional piece and I hate it. Here you go. I have a few hours a day that I can work on this channel. And so when I'm looking at knives to either buy or, you know, I get the strangest collaboration requests sometimes. I got one the other day from a nail polish company, and the email was like, your videos are amazing. We think that your audience would love this. Am I left field here? Do you guys want videos on nail polish? I don't think so. I turned down a lot of collaboration requests, but if I look at a knife and I'm like, you know what? I just don't like it. I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to sign up for it on a pass around group. I'm not going to buy it. I don't have time for that. I just don't. Top Dog says, I tend to carry a new favorite knife until I get a new favorite. That's a good strategy. I like that strategy. Ian says, Sabenza, easily. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I have a feeling, though. You know what's interesting on this topic? Because you know who's really responsible for me deciding to start looking for one of these? It's Ian. For a while there, like I would see Ian in all of these live streams, and you know, the channel would always be like, oh, what are you carrying today? And Ian was carrying solidly the Noom's on. And finally I was like, you know what? I gotta really look at this knife and see. And then I tried to get one, missed the drop. Tried to get another one, missed the drop. And you know what happens, right? When you try and you try and you try, the more you fail, the more you want it. So Ian, this is your fault. But thank you, because I love it. And I could carry it absolutely every day for an entire year and not feel bad. B. Devious says, I couldn't help but put down $300 for the Hawk Talon. What? Black Dunes? Ramon noodles. You know, it's different than ramen noodles. Ramen noodles for the next 3 months. Dude, congrats, man. I almost made some decisions just to put my deposit on one. On Reddit, there's a Blades in stock thread, and they had the link to put the deposit on the new Hawk Talon. And it's a $300 deposit, and then it's like $600 due in like 2 or 3 months. And so I almost was like, you know what, maybe, and then you know, we sell some stuff and just put money away and wait. It's hard for me to have funds in limbo like that for that long. Gator Aaron says, pizza proves it over and over. It's not a nom noms on for nothing. The nom noms on. Om nom nom. The om nom nom. The Chris Reeve om nom nom. I like it. Jay Korskin says, need more raisin videos. I haven't done a single raisin video. What are we talking about? Top Dog says, no nail polish. That's what I told them. I was like, I don't know why you're reaching out to me. I do knives and EDC. I am not Melissa Backwoods. That's a joke. That's a joke. She makes great content. Ian says, yeah, my super chat was... Did I miss a super chat? Hold on. Ian. Baby, Ian. Thank you for the $5 super, man. He says, for the computers are hard fund. Apparently, eyesight is hard as well. I'm sorry I missed that, man. Thank you so much for the support. I definitely appreciate it, dude. I did miss it, and I missed it because I was trying to figure out what was going on with the computer, and that's my bad. Thank you for the support, man. I definitely appreciate it. All right. What else have I missed? I don't know. Probably a lot. Ian says, my Zahn is collecting dust while I carry my Sabenza and Nkosi. I just want to know why you wouldn't sell it to me then. Because for a while, I would have bought it from you. I would have rescued it from from its rightful place on your mantle. I would have done that. It's okay though. I've got my own now. I also want to get a Sebenza. I'd love to have all the Chris Reap models. Let's be honest. As a collector, it's something that I'm greatly looking forward to. All right. Jim Miller says, I ordered the Jack Wolf Fixie. I'm going to... Why? Why are you going to hell, Jim? I've heard nothing but good things about people on the Jack Wolf Fixie. The reason why I didn't get in on it is because, for one, it wasn't sent to me. And for two, I just thought that it was too expensive. Now, that's when I say that I thought that it was too expensive, what I'm saying is that it doesn't reach my valuation for what I think it's worth, but that doesn't mean that's, that it's not worth it for somebody else. As far as being a good knife, people that I know and trust have told me that it's an amazing EDC fixed blade. And as someone who I know carries EDC fixed blades all the time, I think that, if it was worth it to you, I have a feeling that you're really going to like it. So just throwing that out there. Fred the Lug says, I also pre-ordered the Hawk Talon, but it looks very similar to my Surge Orbit. You have an Orbit? Fred the Lug's got, man, those are, I don't need to tell you. You already know, like, those are exceedingly rare. The Orbits. Like, everyone, I've wanted a Rook all year long. And those are hard to come by too. I mean, they've been available here and there, but not really. They've been selling out quickly. The Surge Orbit is like the original with that lock, and that knife is legendary. Legendary. I hope that one of these days, I hope that I have the opportunity to check out an original Orbit. Top Dog says, why are you ignoring the Ian Coates super chat? Because I'm blind. This is me just trying to catch up with stuff, guys. I do apologize. I hate when I miss people's super chats. Absolutely. Hey, Night Rare, thank you for speaking of supers, man. Thank you for the $5 super. Says, what about a series where you compare similar high-end Chinese, non-American, and American knives to compare quality, polish, and VFM? VFM? I'm not... What is VFM? I would 100% watch. I could do that. I've actually considered doing episodes on that. People get really testy. And here's a hard truth that many people are going to hate. American manufacturing has been getting the mud stomped out of it by Chinese manufacturers for years now. The quality that you get out of a Chinese made knife, when you look at things like the fit and finish, like I hate to say that. I love American knives. There's a reason why I focused on them this year. There's something very, very special about, a Chris Reeve knife. All of that said, when you look at the quality of the manufacturing, there's very few American knives that come out on top. So the hard truth would be that my comment sections would get blasted. And I'm talking blasted, man. I'll give you an idea. I reviewed my friend Sharif Minganis of Minganis Steel. I reviewed his Aurelia is how he says it, so I'll say it like that. I reviewed his Aurelia, and one of the things that he put on his kind of like rundown sheet that he sent when he loaned me that knife was that he said he preferred carrying it over his Sebenza. He called it the Sebenza killer. And so I tested things, and I mentioned that. And I ran a test with a thumbnail where it's like Sebenza killer. And I spent 15 seconds talking about why. Like, I kid you not, 15 seconds, guys. Talking about why the Aurelia was more impressive than a Sebenza. And on a knife to knife level, like country of origin aside, on a knife to knife level, the Aurelia is technically more impressive. People went bananas and they only wanted to comment and talk about the comparison. And it told me what I needed to know. I clipped out the 15 seconds. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. I had like 12 minutes of video talking about the knife that I was reviewing, but people only wanted to talk about the comparison. So the dangerous thing is that if I do that series, I've got to be mentally prepared to get absolutely lambasted. Look up that word. That's a good word, lambasted, in the comment section, because I will be. So that's just one of those things that if I were to do that, I would have to be mentally prepared. Hey, shout out to the Night's Edge. $2 super, he says, money for the next Mod Mayhem trophy. I'm not running the next Mod Mayhem. That's got to be somebody else. I will join as a contestant. I'll donate for, for a prize pot. If somebody wants to throw in for a prize pot, I'll do that. I'm not hosting the next Mod Mayhem. It was too much. I didn't realize that until after the competition was over, and I was left feeling incredibly empty. Love the idea. Would love to see it continue. Would love to see somebody else host that, though. Ian says, never used Orbits. Are we talking about the gum? It's minty fresh. Ian says, I want Roll to compare a Land 910 to a Sebenza. Gas Station Knife says, whoever asked, look at some of Melissa's recent video shorts. Princess dress, pilgrim outfit, and Santa's helper were the ones I saw in the thumbnails. Melissa Backwoods is killing it in the knife game. Melancholy Martial Arts, welcome in, man. Good to see you. And thank you for being a channel member. He says, a Shaman best knife ever made. I love the Spyderco Shaman. Love it. Absolutely love it. You know what I love about it? It's got this super thick spine, but the cutting geometry somehow is still super slicey. It doesn't look like a knife that should, but it's an absolute cardboard dominator. It is, in my opinion, the most beefy, overbuilt knife that Spyderco makes. And to my knowledge, it might be the only American-made Spyderco that actually comes factory with the backspacer. And I also love the fact that the backspacer is always made out of the same steel that the blade is made out of. It's not just some cheap pot steel or whatever. So for example, if you get a Shaman, if you get an exclusive Shaman and LMAX, the backspacer will also be made out of LMAX. If you get one in M4, the backspacer will also be made out of M4. I think that that's a really cool piece of design symmetry that goes unnoticed, and for some reason, I just really enjoy it. Highly recommend for anyone that has a Shaman, check out Barclay CNC for some aftermarket scales. It's a nice addition to any Shaman. Anthony Kitchen, welcome in. He says, quiet carry versus tactile. Tactile whoops. Anyways, Reeve, Medford, yeah, consummate bangers. I don't know if I would say the tactile whoops quiet carry. I don't know. I like the tactile Archer, but when we're talking about it, I'll give you an example. The tactile Archer that I checked out was like a $700-800 model, zirconium inserts. Great action. Love the milling on there. As far as the manufacturing was concerned, it wasn't any more impressive than this. But when we're talking about the price, this is like a $360 knife. So it's half the cost. In my humble opinion, same quality level of manufacturing. Not made in China. This is made in Taiwan. For half the cost. I would say the action on here is better. I would say the edge geometry is better. I would say that the level of manufacturing fit and finish is very close. I know that Tactile has gone through some iterations in their manufacturing where they've had to make changes. For example, the Chupacabra, they had to fix the super lock that they put on there, because there was the first gen chupacabras had issues where they weren't surviving, people doing light spine wax. Thanks, Metal Complex. But also people had issues with the, the rock wall. Some of the rock walls also had a lockup issue. So Tactiles had to make those changes. I have never once heard of anyone have an issue like that with Quiet Carry at all. Just putting that out there. So for my money, if I were to grade those two companies, if we're talking about not only quality but also value, Quiet Carry is exceedingly difficult to beat. Just my opinion. We're welcome to agree. We can be two people that love the same hobby and disagree. Believe it or not. All right. Chef says, I'll test your face. Hey, shout out to Jake Orskin. Thanks for the $2 super, man. He says you need to do a video on Rollshambo patches. I need to figure out, you know what I need to do? I need to hit up my man Blue Minotti Ninja and ask him who does his patches. And after I figure that out, then maybe we can talk about channel patches. I would love to do some channel patches. It's something that I definitely want to do in 2025. How soon in 2025? I have no idea, but they are coming. I just don't know when. David V, good to see you, man. He says, I was thinking exactly the same thing. People want patches. We'll make it happen. He says, yes, you are. You are the Mod Mayhem master. Oh, man. I aged. The Mod Mayhem competition aged me. Okay. It took years off my life. He says, well, I had fun. I had fun too. It was just really stressful. I'll be honest with you guys, I needed help and I didn't have it. I tried to do everything myself and it did not work out as well as I would have liked to. It wasn't as organized as I would have liked to have been. There were several people that were not just disappointed, but were also angry after the Mod Mayhem competition. Which is too bad, because honestly, the whole point of the EDC Mod Mayhem competition was to bring the community together, to do something fun, to do something different, to experience modifying knives, to drive the passion behind modifying your knife and truly making it your own. And that's also an expression of me, of my love for the hobby. You know, that's why I do the channel, because I love the hobby and I want to share that with everybody. And part of that is modifying knives, whether that's adding something aftermarket or sending it to someone to have custom work done. Like, that's cool. That's fun. And you're left, like, the real prize is that you're left with a knife that it should be perfect for you. Some people didn't see it that way. So that kind of killed it for me at the end. I love EDC Mod Mayhem as a competition. I hope that it continues. I hope somebody out there picks up the torch. Ian Coates says next Mod Mayhem should be open to more knives. Don't talk to me. Talk to whoever runs the next. All right. Ed B says Shaman isn't as ugly as most spiders. Ed B is not a Spyderco fan. That's okay. That's okay. One of these days he'll win a Spyderco in a giveaway and it'll change his life forever. I didn't like Spydercos until I bought one, and after that the sickness really set in. Echo Iblis says I don't have a thing for Spyderco. No shade on the Spyderco lovers. Once you get just one, just get just one and watch it. Your opinion will change. Squire says the Shaman and S90V burlap micarta exclusive back at Knife Center this week. I saw that. You know what else I saw? I saw that in the coming soon page over at DLT, they've got 15V Spyderco Para 3s and Yojimbo 2s that are listed as coming soon, which I'm really excited about because a while ago, I want to say it was 2 years ago now, I put up my Yojimbo 2 for sale. It was just a regular S30V Yojimbo 2. But I missed that knife and I want another one, but I've been waiting for an exclusive to come out with the steel that I really want. And that exclusive is going to be the 15V Yojimbo 2 over at DLT. So I've set up the notifications. Hopefully we can make that happen once those release. I have no idea when that will be. Gas Station Knife says, Spydercos start to look all the same to me after a while. I know there are weird ones like the stovepipe. Oh man, the stovepipe. The stovepipe, you could argue, looks like some other knives out there. I don't know. I still want a stovepipe. I'm waiting. $280 is the price point that I'm waiting for the stovepipe to hit. Ian says tactile. Melancholy Martial Arts says Barclay always sold out. You know, for a while there, they weren't though. Let me see. Hold on. We're going to, where is it? Let me get the screen share up. Again, should have fixed this before. All right. BarclayEDC.com. Let's see. What do they got? Products. All right. So at Barclay, by the way, for those who don't know, Barclay is an American CNC machinist. So all these products are made here in America. He's got scales for the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which look fantastic. For example, these are the Draco's armor. I kind of want a set of these. He's got them available in different options like graphite black. Graphite black is the only variant that's left. But he does have other options. And if you reach out to him, he's not opposed to doing work. So even if you see that something's sold out, it's worth reaching out to Barclay on Instagram, because he comes out with the stuff all the time. Like, for example, I think these Para 3 scales look fantastic. I would love to have the Fade Anno. Oh, of course the Fade Anno sold out. Come on. He also has the dark bronze. He's also willing to do custom work too. Yep. The Shaman lines of Hezron sold out. My suggestion to anybody that wants some of these that are sold out, reach out to Barclay CNC on Instagram and at least ask him, like, hey, I want this. On your site it says that it's sold out. When will it be available again? Or can I order it directly from you here? When I got my Shaman scales, which are, these scales right here, these are my Shaman scales. I reached out to him and I asked him about several different options that weren't showing as available on his site. And that was before he even knew that I had a channel. So it's not like he was just doing me a favor because I have a channel. And he was willing to work with me on several different options that were not available on the website before he knew that I had a YouTube channel. So if you like scales like this from Barclay and they're not available on the website, reach out to him on Instagram or send him an email. That is something that I suggest 100%. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the pocket checks, and I'm going to go ahead and hey, shout out to Neil for the $2 super. Says money for bot entries for Mod Mayhem 25.
Oh yeah. Are you not entertained?
Oh, thanks, Neil. Thanks for the laughs and the $2 super, brother. I appreciate it. He says, are we talking the one with knife dope and duty? Yeah. That was the EDC Mod Mayhem And the three of us had 2 other knife mod competitions that were done on live streams that were just done between the 3 of us. EDC Mod Mayhem was kind of my idea because we wanted to bring in the community as well. And it was not executed as well as I would have liked. Hey, Mikey Trails, good to see you, man. Welcome in. Mr. Eddie says we need patches. Patches O'Houlihan. I watched that movie the other day. It was good. Anthony Kitchen says, I like the bluing on the prototypes. Looks like a rich Lux firearm bluing. Why is that not a thing? I must have missed something. Something somewhere. Ed B says, we need Sparta.
Sparta!
Maybe that should be my first knife model name. Like, I already had a name picked out if I were to ever make a knife. But maybe I should call it the Sparta. Thinking. Ed B says, I have a Tenacious. It's horrible. You can't judge all Spydercos based off of a Tenacious. That's their Walmart knife. If you could buy it at no, Ed, don't do that. Don't judge the entire Spyderco lineup based off of the Tenacious. That's not fair. I object. Bluetooth Blade says, I wasn't mad at all and have one badass shaman. Oh, the full zirconium build? You mean that? The midnight black shaman? You did what I wanted to do, but I didn't do I did 2 different builds instead of one. But if I were to do one, that would have been on my radar for sure. For sure. I drool all over that full zirconium shaman that you built. Ian Coates says, I need to get on some 15V. I heard it's basically impossible to dull. Yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced any yet. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I have not experienced it yet, but I want to. Especially Spyderco's 15V. You know that it's going to be good. Mark Park says, did you see the new PM2 in Rec 76? Yes. Yes, I did. I don't know anything about Rec 76. I know that, according to the Night's Edge, it's at least, 46 better than S30V. And about 45 less than Rex 121. All I know about Rex 76, because I did a little bit of searching when I saw that, is that it's a high-speed tool steel, which means that it's going to be non-stainless. So for those of you looking at the PM2 and Rex 76, understand that it's not a full stainless. High-speed tool steels are not stainless. I would assume edge retention is probably going to be somewhere between CTS XHP and M4, but don't quote me. I have no idea. Fred the Lug says, I have had many Spydercos and have been slowly selling them all off. The only one I will keep long term is the Spyderco, since the blade hole is chamfered. Really nice. Ian says, my Grail Spidey is a swish buoy. I'm not sure the right. I think that you spelled it all right. I mean, I'm assuming you mean the swish buoy. The first time I saw that designer's name, I thought it was Sleege, but apparently it's pronounced swish, like swish. Martin Swish. I don't know. Marson Swish. There I go, screwing up all the names again. The pocket check. Guys, look over here. We're on the members only Discord. We're going to go ahead and get into some pocket checks. Let's see what people are carrying today on the members only Discord. Kaleidoscope of Knives is carrying the Matzi Striga of nice. TC. Excuse me. TC Blades is carrying one that I have no idea what that is. I'm going to let you down easy. I have no idea what that is. Let us know in the chat. If you know what that is in the chat, let us know. Looks like a small knife, but I don't know what it is. Dazed is carrying a Fox. I don't know what that is either. The Small Saturday Gang. Jeremy Nidro is coming in with the Essie. Is that the Essie Azula? And is that a Spyderco Tenacious? I'm assuming. Ed's carrying the Vostede Nightshade. And the CRKT. I know that one. It's a very popular one. I'm letting everyone down today. I'm not getting any of these. The Pawn says going to be upping my daily. Yes. Where do I find these? I'm buying a pair of these shorts. Mark P. That is. Oh, that's the. Is that called the Great White? I'm failing on all fronts today, guys. Bluetooth Blades is putting a crispy edge on his XM18. Look at that. I like it. I support that. Speaking of crispy edges, I've been working on my freehand sharpening, but I've been smart about it because diamond stones are expensive, but non-diamond stones are not expensive. You know what else is not expensive? My Target kitchen knives. So instead of, ruining a nice knife on a nice diamond stone and wearing out a nice diamond stone, something I've been doing daily because I do like to cook in the kitchen. I'm assuming that's where people cook. So after dinner, when I'm doing the dishes, I've been pulling out the sharp pebble, which is not a very good sharpening stone, but it works on cheap kitchen knives that are not made out of hardened, super hard steel. So I've been getting a lot of joy out of practicing my freehand sharpening on the sharp pebble with cheap kitchen knives. I'm talking like the Target Special, the Chicago cutlery. Some of you guys know. You'd think I would have nice kitchen knives, but no. So I've been working on my freehand sharpening on essentially cheap stone. I would not suggest to anybody that has any, knife made out of any kind of quality stainless steel. But if you want to practice your freehand sharpening, my recommendation, it's enjoyable. It's stress-free. Get yourself one of those cheap sharp pebbles off of Amazon. Get yourself some cheap kitchen knives. You can go down to the dollar store and do that. You can go to Goodwill and get some cheap kitchen knives and practice on. And I've been enjoying that a lot. Since you mentioned crispy edges. Ooh. Bluetooth Blades with the teaser. I see that shipping label. Shipping department from Quiet Sea, which is quiet carry. I see it. Craig Vincent with his fistful of knives. Check that out. I don't know what this one on the far right is, but I know that's an 8010. Is that a Cold Steel Engage next to him? If I zoom in, will it tell me? Is that an Engage? Yes, it is. Okay. And I'm not sure on the other two. This is my carry today, but you guys already knew that. Today, I carried this guy. It's been in my pocket all day. Absolutely love it. It's been fantastic. All right. Wicked Dream Designs is carrying the Monster Glideman. Look at that. And he makes it look really good, too. Monster makes a really, really good knife. Jim Miller is carrying the Sentinel Strike, the Kaiser Muskrat, in S35 and the Tempest Microjet. Yeah. You know, I was actually playing around with my Civivi Sentinel Strike the other day, and that's one of those knives that I really enjoy. As far as budget button locks go, I love that knife. Gas Station Knives has the Ultim Nightshade, or I guess they call it it's PEI. Ultim is like the company. So, I mean, technically the material is PEI, and now there's this big movement to start labeling that accurately. It says number 493 of 500. Nice. Drinkwater's just flexing with the Koenig Arius, the Little Native Warncliffe, and the Spyderco McBee. Make My Day has, I don't know what that is. It's EOS and what looks like a mini Tempest. A Sharp by Design mini Tempest there on the bottom. I've been curious about AO. Is it EOS or is it AOS? I'm not sure, but I've seen that brand around. I know they make Balisongs as well. Oof. Can we just... Yeah, that's the Orbit. And I support that. I want one of those. Freddie G, or Fred the Lug, he's got both a Brook and an Orbit. That's I'm trying not to let my jealousy show through on the screen right now. He says, since you talked about it on the live. And now, of course, you have to get, the Talon, and your collection will be complete. He says, is this an Orbit or the new Talon? Yeah, that's an Orbit. Oh, man. Look at these. Fred the Lug's got a very nice collection. Is that let's see, Hypercut? I see that's a Sparrow Knife Company, Strix. I'm not sure what the one on the very bottom is. The one on the very top, I know that company. It's a custom. Why am I blanking? Okay, yeah, he did put it in there. Playing with these today. The Volcom Wasp, the Sparrow Strix that's production. Why did I think that was a custom? Hypercut, BQ with Blade Show Atlanta, auction piece, Maverick Concepts, Asuka. I love it when people help me out, with the names of what they're carrying, because I'm not going to get them all. That's awesome, man. You've got a great collection. All right. Big Jim with the Tuya NVV4. Very nice. All right, guys. If you want to join in the members only Discord, it's available to channel members. Check out my YouTube community page and scroll down. You will eventually find an invite link that will get you into the members only Discord. And now I'm going to do my best to catch up. Hold on. A Metal Complex in the house. You know what's funny, MC, is that I've joked with people before that you have no idea that my channel exists. Metal Complex in the house. Wow. I feel I'm feeling the pressure now. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. He says, I'm just here to hang. Just casually. Just casually. I totally get that. Oh my goodness. Hitting it up with the 20 gifted memberships. Damn. Thank you, man. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I look over, like 1 minute I'm over here, on the members only Discord, and the next The next I'm seeing stuff going on in the chat. Wow, I gotta catch up. And thank you to Jim. Thanks to Jim Miller for another 5 gifted memberships. Dang, Gator Aaron with another 5 gifted memberships. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the support. You guys are going crazy. I appreciate that. Ian says, since Lefty doesn't go live, Roll is the new one to lack on watching the chat. Yeah. I've been caught lacking. It's true. It is true. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I have no idea what happened to the chat. I have no idea. But I definitely gotta scroll up and see what happened, because man, it's just crazy. Hey, shout out to Knife Dope in the house as well. Everyone joined and I wasn't paying any attention. That's kind of how it goes. All right. Hold on one second. I missed a lot, and for that I apologize, guys. Thank you to Night Rare for the $2 super. Yeah. Definitely appreciate that. And I'm scrolling down. All right, I think I caught up. You guys are too kind. Super appreciate all the support too. Mikey Trail says, I'm a member on all of these channels in the chat. Right on, Mikey. Mikey supports everyone. Welcome into Renee Ramon. He says, Metal Complex is the king of ignoring the chat. Well, when you have so many people in your chat, you're going to miss some stuff. It's just going to happen. Nick Travellini says, wow, it's YouTube royalty in here. Yeah, I'll be honest. I had no idea that Metal Complex even knew my channel existed. The Night's Edge says, Neves and MC should co-host the next Mod Mayhem. I would join in. Absolutely. But we've established that I have no business trying to run that by myself anymore. At all. Ian says, I got swept up in the membership palooza. Dang. MC says, the Shaman is the #1 most recommended overpriced knife. Fight me. I don't know if it's the #1 most overpriced knife. I mean, if I had to say the Bodacious is close, but they're kind of like the same knife. All right. Did I miss Jared? Is Jared in the chat too? I think Jared is in the chat. Jared, I can't find your chat. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Hey, welcome into Blade Shooter G, new channel member. Neil McKenzie, what's up, dude? Good to see you as well. Ed B says, Metal Complex, pick a knife and mod it, do a live, and have everyone vote on the best one. I'm here for the knife mod stuff, guys. And as someone that spent way too much money on knife mods, where is it? So this is my Spyderco Shaman, and I spent way too much money on this. This is just the S30V model. And here's the funny thing. Like, I bought this before I made my video on S30V, which everyone gives me a lot of crap about now, but this is with the Lines of Hezron Barclay CNC scales. I kept the backspacer on here stock because I think the backspacer works really well. But there's so many cool modifications you can do to a Shaman, and that's where it's at. But I do think that you should keep, if you're going to modify a Spyderco, you should keep it as American made as possible, because there's so many really great American made mods out there. I'll go Chinese mods on if you don't have another option. Like, for example, Unfortunately, there's no American-made Spyderco Manix 2 cage mods. There's no American-made versions. There's one company that makes Spyderco mods for the ball cage, and that's Flightanium. They're the only ones. But for everything else, if you can go American-made, I think you should. B. Devious says, the Shaman is better than the Bodacious. Fight me. I mean, I haven't handled a Bodacious yet, but I'll say this. I like being able to choke up. The funny thing is that everyone made this big deal out of it on the Shaman. A lot of people were saying things like, oh, it's less cutting edge. It's less cutting edge. And so Spyderco said, fine. Out of all the things that Spyderco could listen to, we've been asking Spyderco to do more button compression locks like the Smock for years. And instead, you know what they said? They said, let's just make the Shaman again. Why not? Why not? The Night's Edge says, got about 80% of the reason I started a channel, about 90% of the reason I'm in credit card debt, all in this live right now. I don't know. I don't really consider myself to be an influencer. Am I an addict? Maybe. All right. Rebel Rouser says, wake up. Ian just did 5 more channel memberships. I'm missing everything. All right. Hold on. Why can't I find it? It won't let me highlight it, but thank you, Ian. Thanks for the gifted memberships. I definitely appreciate it. Chef Rocky says, the bug out sucks, but you can make it an amazing knife, just like the Spyderco. I like Spyderco as a company a bit better than Benchmade personally. Melancholy says, what do you get out of $1,000 knife that a $250 can't do? It's not about the capability. Like, if we're being honest, you can go down to Walmart and get a $5 Ozark trail knife that is capable of doing 90% of anything that a $1,000 knife can do. I think that if you're spending the $1,000, really, you're probably an Uber collector, and that's probably why you're in on it. You get it for $1,000. You're getting a knife that most people don't have. Typically American-made, small batch. I mean, is it an expensive collector's piece at that point? Sure. Are you going to carry it? Some people do. But everyone and their mom has a $5 Ozark trail knife. Those aren't the people that end up really, really solidly getting into the community, though. All right. Crazy things happen the one time that I don't have background music going. Anthony Kitchen says, feels almost as good, but no, there is a major difference. I don't know. I think that there's a point of diminishing returns. Like, for example, the Quiet Carry 9 feels absolutely amazing. Contoured handle scales, excellent inlay work. The knurling is really good. Nice sticky edge. The Van X, yeah, it's fantastic. Could you feel a difference between like a $100 knife and a $1,000 knife? Sure. The quality of the manufacturing is going to be incredibly better on the $1,000 knife. But I would say that once you get to a certain point, like a $300 to $400 knife, everything after that is just diminishing returns. He says, you missed my original question. I love spending money on knives, but what cost do they no longer provide a substantial return on the tool? As a tool, I would say probably somewhere around these days, shoot, you can get a really nice knife for $200. I would say on average, probably somewhere around the $250 to $300 mark would be my my estimate. Ian says the Van X, super clean. All right. Excuse me, guys. Starting to lose my voice there for a second. He says, sometimes silence is good. No music, I mean. Yeah, you know, I had a computer update. Normally I have a bit of background music going, but had a computer update, and all of a sudden, all of my hardware is no longer connected to the recording software. And I didn't fix that. It's okay. We're running with it. Rebel Rouser says, should I go with a quiet carry Waypoint or a Jack Wolf Venom Jack for my next new knife? I do lean more towards quiet carry because, for one, I like the fact that they're made in Taiwan. But at the same time, the Waypoint is a locking knife, isn't it? Hold on. I'm pretty sure. We're going to go ahead and check it out. The Waypoint. Yeah. I know that they did a non-locking knife, which is why I was asking. Yeah, it's a liner lock. I mean, for me, it would come down to, do you really need a locking knife? Or do you prefer a locking knife? Because the Venom Jack is going to be a slip joint. Now, don't get me wrong, Jack Wolf Knives has some excellent quality. Who makes their knives? I have no idea. And neither does anybody else. We all guess, but truly, we don't know. I mean, I think Lefty EDC knows, but I don't know. For me, I'd probably go with the Waypoint. Ian Coates says, Rockwall. Metal Complex says, what's crazy is all these around or sub 100 S90V blades coming out. Yeah, you know, I'm okay with that. S90V is fantastic. Even at 59 Rockwell, S90V still performs really well. What I really like is seeing companies like Kubi doing S90V at 62 Rockwell. And a lot of people don't understand how impressive that is. And it's impressive because companies don't want to do S90V at 62 because they go through consumables so dang fast. Like belts, just talk to Transparent Knives about how many belts he goes through trying to mill out these high Rockwell hardness blade steels. It's crazy. That's why what Kubi's doing is pretty impressive to me, is because now they're doing a cryo treat on their S90V. They're doing a cryo treat on even 14C. For the longest time, steels like 14C and 154 CM were readily accepted at 59 Rockwell. And now Kubi's doing them at 60 to 62. It's fantastic. I love it, but the Night's Edge says, check into Vulcan Knives if you haven't already. They're on the Instagrams. I've seen them. Night Rare says, Riot is the bomb. Yeah. Experience Precision, good to see you, man. He says, begs the question, has the market caught up to super steels and all our old $300 knives will be overpriced relics? Well, I don't know. I mean, would you consider something like this to be a relic? This is not new or recent, but they still sell out. People still carry them. I love carrying this. I think it depends on the quality in which it was made. I think that knives like the Chris Reeve Sabenza will always be kind of a pillar of the pocket. The pillar of the pocket. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Fred the Lug says, I was carrying the Volcom Wasp today. Knight's Edge just mentioned them. He's right. They are great knives. Yeah, I haven't checked them out yet. Anthony Kitchen says they have some decent prices at National Knives. Some are rare stuff like Hinderer. National Knives. nationalknives.com. Zero Tolerance. Is this the right website? All right, we're going to check it out. Let's see. Looks like they have Rick Hinderer knives. By the way, I have never checked out this website before. All Rick Hinderer knives. The real test is, do they have the half track? I'm guessing no. But they do have the XM24. They do have... Yeah, they've got a lot in stock. You know what's crazy to me is the fact that this time last year, you were not going to see all of these Hinderers in stock anywhere. But now you can find them in stock everywhere. Like, for example, USA-made blade. Check this out. Go here. And look, it's all Hinderers. They also got some McNeese PM Mac 2s. Skinny Warncliffe. That's a good looking one. Look at this. Flipper Delete Buoy. Yeah. They even had some half tracks the other day. Let's see if they still have them. Can you get a half track? You could the other day. They might be gone. All right. Yeah, I think they're gone. See, and that's why I'm glad I picked this up from my members only Discord the other day. Shout out to Mr. Eddie, who may or may not still be in the chat. Did a swap with me on the members only Discord yard sale. Yeah, we got a yard sale page. It's good. This is the half track Warney. Cool factoid, because I cannot wait to change this overlay scale to something else. Here's a cool factoid. If you want to modify one of these, it is almost impossible to find the hardware kits for the half track right now, but it's almost nearly identical to the Eclipse hardware kits, which you can get. The main difference is that apparently the spacers there, the barrel spacers, are just a little bit bigger on the Eclipse, but they'll still work. So something that I'm going to do for my half track is I'm going to get a brass hardware set. We're going to try that out. And then I'm also going to try to go ahead and get some fat carbon overlay for that scale too. It blows my mind that a lot of people do not like the Hinderer half track because it's such a solid knife. It is the biggest small knife that I've handled in a long time. All right, monologue over. Let's go ahead and get back to the chat. B. Devious says, Hinderer is kind of meh for me. Paul Might just did a flipper delete and sharpening. Now I actually love the knife. You know, I've been enjoying it, man. I'll tell you what. This is probably one of the least popular Hinderer XM18s. This is the 3-inch Harpoon Tanto. But I put the horsehead titanium scale, and I gotta say, this is such a joy to carry. I'm okay with the smaller knives like this, the EDC size knives, because people are less likely to run in fear whenever I, pull it out to cut off a loose thread or something. All right. Ian Coates says, the rat in MagnaCut boggles me if true. I thought that company went defunct. I thought they went out of business. Are they still making rats? Night Rare says, I love the look of the Liang Ma Cuff 2, except the flipper. The comb is so dumb. Flipper delete on that bad boy for sure. I'm not a big Liang Ma guy, believe it or not. But the Cuff 2 is their less expensive one, right? Cuff V2. Let's check it out. Okay. It kind of... Is it just me, or does that kind of look like a chef's knife? $415. Okay, kitchen utility. That makes sense. That makes sense. Finally... All the wives out there are like, finally, a kitchen knife he'll sharpen. Oh, man. It says, see, Roll is saying what I'm saying. What are you saying? Arizona? Oh, were you saying that the company that made the rat knives went out of business? I thought they went out of business, man. Gas Nation Knives says, Flipper Delete might be a good band name. Could be. Renee Ramon says, didn't they just release a Rat 1 in MagnaCut? All right. You know what? We're going to get to the bottom of this. Rat 1, MagnaCut. Let's go. The Ontario Knife Company. That's Chicago Knife Works. I thought Ontario Knife Company went defunct. Are they still in business? What happened? Ontario Rat 1.5 MagnaCut. And you can buy it for $90. What happened? I thought they went out of business. Did somebody buy them out? I need to know. Somebody had to have bought them out. There's no way, because they went out of business. It says, yeah, it's under $100. Yeah, I see that. $90. Black G10 and MagnaCut, $90. That's a pretty dang good deal. Made in Taiwan. Interesting. Ian says, my power to direct this chat is unchecked. Unchecked power is my favorite. I like it. All right. All right, guys. Well, he says $90 is tempting. Yeah. I kind of want to check it out. For $90, just for the conversation piece of, are they actually done or not? All right, quick Google search. Ontario Knife Company bankrupt. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Okay, this makes sense. Ontario Knife Company was acquired by Blue Ridge Knives in August of 2023. So as of August of last year, they were bought out by Blue Ridge Knives. The sale was structured as an asset sale with Servotronics selling the assets of OKC to Blue Ridge Knives for $2.1 million. The sale included the company's inventory, intellectual property, tangible personal property, and goodwill. How do you sell goodwill? How do you even do that? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Ian Coates says, just give us another 30 minutes. Lone Star says, when we want his opinion, we will give it to him. Okay. Let me know. All right. He says, no doubt. I just don't get using a folding knife in the kitchen. Neither do I. I wouldn't I don't understand why anyone would do that unless, you know, you have no sharp knives, I guess. But sharpen your kitchen knives, guys. There's no reason why you shouldn't have sharp kitchen knives. Even if they're cheap Target brand kitchen knives, you can sharpen those really cheap. You don't even need a diamond stone for the cheap Target specials. You know that. I would say that a folding kitchen knife is probably more useful when you're camping, right? You're not going to be carrying your chef's knives when you're out camping. At least I don't think most people will. That's the use case scenario, in my opinion, is you're out camping, you're outdoors, you're in a situation where you need a chef's knife, but you don't have one. That's what comes to mind immediately. Night Rare says, goodwill is automatic with the sale of a company. It is difference between valuation and price paid. I learned something new today. Thank you. He says, it's the difference between valuation and price paid. So OKC lives. At least the name does. They're owned by Blue Ridge Knives. Ed B says you're still number 2, Ian. Are we talking about the sticker pack COAs? We're gonna have to do another run of those here. February, I think. Yep, Blue Ridge acquired. I mean, I could check Google or I could just check my chat. It says we got a rat in MagnaCut. What's next? Never saw that one coming. I mean, it was only a matter of time. Steven Johnson says next will be the Dozier in Vanax. Really? I mean, are we talking about like Bob Dozier knives? Isn't his whole thing like D2? Tactical Llama, what's up? He says, I went ahead and got one of the Rat 1.5 in MagnaCut. It arrives Monday or Tuesday. Worth giving it a test for that price, in my opinion. I would agree. I kind of want to check one of those out now. It's an updated Ontario Rat. The real question is it better than the original? Does a change in steel make a difference? Did they keep the manufacturing quality as good as the original Rat 1 and 2? Because there's more to it than just the blade steel. It's easy to look at this whole situation like they took a popular knife that everyone loved and then they just added a blade steel that everyone also loves. But if Blue Ridge Knives took over Ontario Knife Company, I mean, is it still the same quality? Like, we know that it's the same design, but I want to know if the manufacturing quality is still the same, because Ontario Knife Company was known for the longest time to put out some of the best value for your money, some of the best bang for the buck, and a lot of that had to do with their ability to create a really quality knife. So I want to know, are the tolerances just as good? Is the action just as good? Is the heat treat on the blade steel just as good? Experience Precision says Ontario Rat was sold for $2.2 million, had $2.1 million in inventory. I see that. Dan Stan, welcome in. He says, what's up, my fellow knife addicts? What's up, man? Good to see you. Lone Star says, does the MagnaCut change the way it looks? Cool factor drama. I mean, I don't know. The Night's Edge says, Rollshambo, any idea if Spyderco has plans to do a Rex 121 Manix 2? I would be surprised if they didn't. We're going to see Rex 121 in all of their popular models. It's going to happen. It's the only direction Spyderco ever goes. They wait for a blade steel that everyone's excited about, and then they remake every single popular knife in that blade steel. And it works. Okay? It works. I know, because here I am waiting for the 15V Para 3, waiting for the 15V Yojimbo 2, both knives that I've had before, but I'm just like everybody else. I'm like, ooh, same knife, different steel. Sign me up. Yeah. Ian says, chat, just keep asking Roll stuff and maybe we can leg this out to 2 hours. I doubt it, man. I doubt it. I'm not, when it comes to live streams, as the old adage goes, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Says, MC, if you're still here, what kind of Gatorade this evening? It's a good question. He says, holding out for the Rex 121 Shaman, even though it makes no sense. I think it makes perfect sense, honestly. In fact, I would argue that it might make the most sense, and here's why. Rex 121 is a brittle steel because it's heat treated to a high Rockwell. One of the ways you can overcome that is with a thicker blade geometry. So it's more than just knife steel properties at that point. In fact, that could be the best iteration of Rex 121 because the strength of the steel could be backed by a thicker geometry. With the Shaman being one of the thickest blade stocks that we have in Spyderco's, paired with the best wear resistance, property-wise, that could in fact be the best iteration of Rex 121 on a Spyderco. Think about it. And you never have to sharpen it, which would be nice too. It says Mitch Ultra because I'm a base. All right. The Night Edge says, I traded my Mannix and my new motto for Spyderco is if I get one, it has to be a new steel. I have a Sage 5. I have 2 Shaman, 1 in 15V. It's got Dassault PM2, S45 PM2, Maximate, Para 3. Daddy needs a... You know what you need? A Spyderco McBee. That will truly round out your collection. The micro knife, the McNeese Spyderco. Do it. It says, so what you're saying is that we need a PMP Alpha Beast and Rex 120. The best folding axe known to mankind. You'll never have to sharpen it again. Night Rare says, that came out wrong. Small Skinner Fixie. All right. He says, but an S90V or Rex 121. Honestly, Rex 121 is one of those steels that it sounds like a good idea until eventually you chip an edge and you're like, well, it's okay. I can resharpen a chipped edge, right? Even people with the highest quality diamond stones don't like sharpening Rex 121. And normally my response to people when they're like, well, I mean, if you have a super hard, super steel like S90V, just use a high quality diamond stone. And that aside, I mean, you have to, but people with those high quality diamond stones don't even like sharpening Rex 121. Cedric Canada, Pete from Cedric Canada has done several videos on Rex 121. The man has sharpened plenty of knives. When he tested Rex 121 in his cut test, he sent that knife to somebody else. I mean, when you see someone that does that sharpens knives frequently, to test them frequently, and they throw in the towel, that's how you know. Now, will that day come soon? Probably not. But once it does, you'll be searching out the services of somebody with like a Tormek paper wheel or something. Mick Ranger, what's up? He says, I just cannot figure out what my last knife of the year for me will be. Maybe we can help out Mick Ranger. What the last knife of the year for me will be. It's a good question. I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Don't buy it in November. And that might be hard because all the sales are going on for Black Friday. But if it's anything like last year, everything dropped in the first 2 weeks of December. Everything. So I would say wait for the second week of December, because if you blow your budget now, you're going to be on the sidelines watching everybody else get in on some really cool releases in the last month of the year. So I would say give it another 2 or 3 weeks, get halfway through December, then make that purchase. If you still don't see anything that you like, get the Drift LCT, the Quiet Carry Drift LCT. That would be a good one. Metal Complex says, okay, so listen, I just got this knife. I don't know if you've heard of it. Oh, he's talking about the Excalibur. I think that would be a good one. I mean, that would be a good one. You got the Timascus pivot collars. The DLC, Kunwu does a great job on their heat treat. Integral. I've seen it. Mick Ranger says, yeah, I'm trying to hold out. Great advice. Wait till the last 2 weeks of the year. Everything drops. Everything. Lone Star says, the last knife of the year is the Cold Steel Archangel, Christmas present to myself. That's the Bala song, right? I think so. Lord Shadow says, Winter Blades, take your pick, but I go with the Factor 8. All right. I was trying not to show this until I get my video up on it. This is really clean. Really, really clean. Now, maybe this doesn't matter anymore since the drop ended, but the M-Fire is really, really good. I love the Empire. In fact, I have to work on my video for that. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it a day, I think. Wait, did Metal Complex just give 10 more memberships? MC, thank you, man. Thank you for all the support. That's fantastic. I truly appreciate it. And congrats and welcome into the new connoisseurs and collectors. Let's see who we got here. We got Clarence Davis. We got Chris Rayner, Mid-Missouri EDC, Alexander Schacht, Will Farr, 5-1 420, Arky 407, Derek Bama Blades, Christopher Simonson. All right. Congrats and welcome in, guys. And by the way, if you want to make it your way over to the members only Discord, I'll show you where you can find this. The members only Discord is great. It's where we hang out and chop it up. We've got the knife yard sale page, which is kind of like Knife Swap, but way less moderated. It's okay. We're all good to each other in here. We do the pocket check. I also list new and recent knife drops. You can get here by going to my community page on YouTube. Scroll down, you will find a Discord invite link. That is how you join. All right. The Night's Edge says, small batch USA made, great prices, and an excellent dude that makes them all himself when he feels like it because he's retired. Love Vulcan knives. I need to experience some. I haven't handled one yet. Wicked Dream Design says, pocket check is awesome. I enjoy it. I love seeing what people are carrying. It gives me ideas. It motivates me. And some days it kind of shames me because, you know, I'll see like a Koenig Arius, like I'm carrying the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt, and I'm over here with Vosteed Martin. Like, oh, well, you know what? It is what it is. Metal Complex says, for real, just wanted to hang out with you all. This is fun. I enjoy hanging out in other people's live streams all the time. It is kind of nice to be on the other end and not like just have to worry about a chat, but it is what it is. Rollshambo, you are pushing the records tonight with 83 viewers right now. Don't go dumping us now. I do what I want. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. The record on my live streams, by the way, is not a big one. I think the most I've ever had in my live stream at any given point in time was like 125, 126, which was during a giveaway. Speaking of giveaways, guys, I don't know. Let me see how close we are, because we're going to be doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers, and we're getting pretty close. So we're at 9,946. So we are 54 subscribers away. When we hit 10,000, I will be doing the biggest giveaway that has ever been done on this channel. And it's not going to be one where you have to subscribe to be a part of it. That's not what it's for. It's not to boost the channel in any kind of way. It's to say thank you. And I want to say thank you because a little over 2 years ago, I started this channel. And I didn't think I was going to get this far. I said, you know what? If I don't get to 1,000 in a year, I'll cut my losses. I'll do something else. And then I got to 1,000 in 4 months. And then after that, I said, well, you know what? I don't want to plateau and just sit there forever. If I don't get to 10,000 by the end of the next year, then I'll just cut my losses. Well, we are going to make that happen. So thank you guys. Thank you for giving me an outlet to share my love and passion for the hobby. Thank you for giving me other knife people to talk about. Like, I don't know if anyone else has like a knife community around them personally, but this is how I get my fix for the hobby is hanging out with all of you guys. So thank you for that. The next live stream will be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, or 7 p.m. Pacific. Hope you can make it. If not, I totally understand. But guys, that's all for me. For some of you guys, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, we'll see you later.